Some years ago, I met a young couple named Ben and Abby. They had just moved to the community in northern New York where I was serving as a pastor. They loved to be outside. One Sunday after worship, they approached me and they said, "Pastor Lawrence, we're beginning to plan for next year, and one of the journeys that we're thinking about taking next year is to walk the Appalachian Trail from Maine to Georgia. And not only that, we hope to paddle our canoe from here in our hometown all the way up to Maine, a very short way from where we will pick up the Appalachian Trail." And so they did that. They planned and they trained. Then one early spring day, before the ice was even out on the lakes, I'm so privileged to have walked with Ben and Abby in their canoe down to the waterfront, where we held hands and shared a prayer together. And then they got into their canoe and they pushed off on a 3,000-mile journey. They paddled through sun and storms. They walked through rain and they saw the rainbows. On the water, they floated beside loons, and on the land, they saw black bears along the trail. It was one point, over halfway through their 3,000-mile journey, that they reached what Ben described as a slump. It was a scenic overlook in Virginia that they had been looking forward to for weeks as a place of not only breathtaking beauty, but also of respite. But you see, it had been raining. It had been raining up till that time, and that day the rain persisted. So with a certain pall over the day, Abby and Ben approached that scenic overlook. They took time, but just as they were ready to leave, there was a family that met them on that overlook. And that family was from the local community, and they had made plans to hike that day, and even with the rain, they persisted with those plans. That family invited Ben and Abby back to their home for a home-cooked meal, and then they invited Abby and Ben to spend the night in a warm, dry home. Ben shared with me that changed their trail experience. He wrote, "Trail angels touched our lives without knowing it, and others helped us the moment we needed help. Even though our faith faltered, God was with us throughout the entire trip. By no power of our own were we able to complete this journey. We will always be blessed by the trail as a catalyst that brought us together with people and relationships." That sounds like a lot like the gospel to me. Jesus was a catalyst who brought people together in relationship. And on this Transfiguration Sunday, we recall the story from Mark chapter 9 about Jesus inviting Peter, James, and John with him to go and pray on a mountaintop early one morning. But when they got to that mountaintop, Jesus was changed, transfigured before them. And not only that, but Moses and Elijah appeared with Jesus. Moses, that lawgiver and that nation shaper, appeared along with Elijah, that prominent prophet who held out hope and light to God's people through a dark, dark period in history. I think of Moses and Elijah as Jesus's trail angels. For we remember that truly, trail angels are those who are out there. They're on the wilderness, they're on the trail, they're on the mountaintop, but trail angels are also those right here in our daily lives and here in our community. Friends, we may feel that we have times in which we can't take another step mentally, physically, emotionally, or even spiritually. There, pay attention for the trail angels along your way. But I also encourage you to be aware of how God is calling you to be a trail angel. When you meet someone who is just seeking the way of life in all of its abundance, be a trail angel and help them see the way of Jesus through your life. When you encounter someone who doesn't feel safe, be a trail angel and bring the presence of God into their lives, the God who knows exactly where they are, a God who loves them for exactly who they are. Friends, this week, I encourage you to be a trail angel. No one else on the trail may see you. No one else in the room may know that you're being that angel, but God knows. Be a trail angel this week. Show the world the way of Jesus Christ. Peace be with you.